AskReddit by deleted. What is your most strongly held political opinion? Politicians work for us and are paid by taxes. They should be forbidden from accepting money from political action groups, parties, lobbies, etc. They should also not be allowed to trade stock, nor should their spouses. Politicians should be public servants, not corporate pawns. In the US, given how campaigns are financed, how can anyone expect them not to be corporate pawns? Companies shouldn't be allowed to fund political matters. Outlaw lobbying. It has no place in politics. It's another term for legal bribery. How can we feel like an equal democracy if we only have two parties consistently represented? Deleted. Politicians shouldn't receive a penny that isn't from their paycheck. Having shares, rental properties, second jobs or extra businesses create a conflict of interest that should not be allowed. Edit. To save some people sometimes, since it has been brought up a lot, I'm not saying politicians have to be poor. In fact, I think them being poor would cause more problems in the long run. To counterbalance the requirement to not have alternative income, politicians should be paid incredibly well. This removes the need for alternative source of income and minimizes the risk of bribes and selling out to criminals and foreign powers. Also, to clarify, I am talking about national level politicians, the people who are gonna make or break the nation and who represent you on that national stage. I wouldn't expect these rules for more local representatives like city council members or even city mayors. A good starter would be transparency about all their income sources. That we should vote for policies, not people. The problem with this is that it requires voters to be informed, which most aren't. It's already asking too much now for people to research candidates, let alone individual policies. Government and church should be separated. Deleted. Your political affiliation shouldn't be your entire personality. Here in Texas we have a taco spot called Torchy's Tacos. On their menu they have a taco called the Republican, and a taco called the Democrat. I work with an older man and he told me that he went to Torchy's with his granddaughter the other day. It's a pretty good taco spot with some fun tacos, so I asked him what he got. He's pretty loud about his political views, so I'm well aware he's very far on the right side of things. He got the Republican. Just to joke around, I asked him why he didn't get the Democrat. He told me he wouldn't be caught dead ordering a taco called the Democrat. Which led to a hypothetical question of me asking him if the Democrat taco had everything he wanted on a taco, if he would order it then. He said no. Which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. I'd get a taco called the Hitler if it had everything I wanted on it. People should be able to afford food, water, and shelter with one full-time job. I would add other modern necessities to that, such as electricity, phone, internet, and transportation, including for their dependents. Civil rights for all. Equal justice for all. Yeah, pretty much anything related to ripping rights away from people is a no-go for me above all else. This is not true of many people, as I have been told repeatedly that it is stupid to vote for equality or to uphold equal rights when the party taking them away might help the economy more, and that is how I should vote. Money is not speech. Citizens United is a literal cancer. Deleted. Humans should not have to choose between pain, death, and tens hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. It should be illegal to deny medical care because of costs. Especially if someone is more inclined to refuse medical care because of cost burden put on them, their family. That just seems like murder. The two-party system needs to end. Having only two options is the illusion of choice. Non-American here. It's stupid to only have two choices, since the two parties completely oppose each other, so either you are forced to be left or right. The more power is distributed, the better off we are. The US prison system is among the most abhorrent in the world and should be regarded as one of our greatest failures as a society. The number of incarcerations decreased during the height of the pandemic, but the country still maintains the highest rate of imprisonment per 100,000 people, and by the far the highest total number of people in prison, still about 20% of the global prison population. If other countries had the size and scope of a prison population that the US had, I think it would be regarded as a blight on that country. But here, no. It makes too much money and people love punishment. Does it make any sense that the home of the free has a higher percentage of its population behind bars than either North Korea or Cuba? Political parties were and still are a terrible idea. There's a damn good reason George Washington didn't want them. Deleted. The dual party system is upheld by hate. Some politicians are more concerned with winning than running a country. Ranked choice voting should be the standard for democracy. Star voting is a lot better for everyone. https://www.starvoting.us/. All healthcare is universal, and mental health care should not be exempt. Edit, vision and hearing too, forgot to mention those. I love how healthcare doesn't apply to your eyes and teeth somehow. No poor kid should be hungry. I would go further and say that nobody should be hungry, nobody should be homeless, and nobody should be without healthcare no matter who they are or what choices they've made in life. We can split atoms and walk on the moon and carry powerful computers that fit in the palm of our hand. Don't tell me we can't provide for the basic survival of every person in our society and ensure no one is left behind. My dog is the best dog. I forgot who said this, but some wise person said everyone thinks they have the best dog, and they're all right. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Transform and roll out. The absolute right of all, and of existence itself. Deleted. Was voting today and couldn't stop thinking this the whole time. Once you vote multiple times for a terrible option to block the other terrible option, it's hard not to think that way. There should be no career politicians. Term limits. If there is an age minimum, there should be an age maximum. If granddad and grandma are forced to retire at a certain age, depending on field, then politicians shouldn't go past a certain age. I am honestly surprised most of them haven't fell over from stress. No matter your opinion, look at when 8 years in the Oval Office did to Obama. While not necessarily a young person's job, it ain't an old person either. It should be easier to become a legal resident of the US. Not necessarily a citizen, but at least in a way where you can get a job, bank account, house, apartment, etc. The benefits are huge. It'll help fill the job market, boost the economy with millions of people having more money to spend, increase tax revenue, and obviously, make things easier for immigrants who would otherwise have came here illegally. That people are people and should be treated like people. Except for, insert group someone doesn't like here, they're the convenient exception. Bring back bottom-up government as it was intended. Now we have top-down, and the agencies that were there to protect the people with checks and balances are now captured agencies and sock puppets. Government is now just an arm of big business and the private central banks that fund them. I like this principle that no one cares about or reads the local press, which is the mechanism used to hold it accountable and uncover corruption. Voting day should be a national holiday. Once every 4 years doesn't seem like too much to ask for. Just presidential years? Can we get midterms too? Discrimination is shit. Hottest take on our unpopular opinion. Democracy is not perfect, but still the best there is. There is an old saying, democracy is the worst form of government except all others. Churchill.